Your business identity is everything from what customers see to the paperwork they never do. Northwest is your one-stop business resource. Build your business identity fast with access to thousands of free resources, forms, and step-by-step guides. No account required. Don't wait. Protect your privacy, build your brand, and get your complete business identity in just 10 clicks and 10 minutes. Visit northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD-free and start building something amazing. Get more with Northwest Registered Agent at northwestregisteredagent.com/OFD-free.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Welcome back to our Sunday bonus episode, where I share an article with you from a different podcast in our network to keep your life nice and optimized. Today's episode is coming from our main personal development podcast, Optimal Living Daily. You can find that show wherever you're listening to this. And please do follow or subscribe to the show to get new episodes every day. So with that, here's Justin with the post and commentary as we optimize your life.
Life is a triangle. Master 3 points to live a kick-ass existence by Charlie Brown of simpleandstraightforward.substack.com. Life isn't a circle, it's a triangle with 3 main focus points working together to craft a life you can be proud to call your own. 1, slap your finances into shape. 2, reject societal norms around your work and career. And 3, living a simple, meaningful life, the real key that propels points 1 and 2 more than you can imagine. This triangle is a foundation. Master the way you live, spend your money and work, and all the other awesome parts of life like relationships, meaning, and contentment. Have a solid base to build upon. And so far, it's worked for me. I'm pretty happy with how my weird little life is shaping up, living on the road, writing for a living, and achieving my own version of financial freedom. I took my personal triangle and I ran with it. Here's how you can too. Focus point number 1, slapping your finances into shape. Yeah, I know finances can be freaking boring and freaking scary. And because I suck at math, I never had much interest in the mechanics of money. But we're talking big picture thinking here, so I started with the following question. What would my ideal life look like if I took charge of my personal finance situation? This is where it gets exciting because you can start to think creatively. It could be as simple as saying, I want to sleep well at night, knowing that my debts are cleared. Or as I chose, it could be a bit more out there, like I want to have a certain level of passive income, sell everything I own, and travel indefinitely. Once you have an aim, the mechanics of personal finance suddenly look a lot more appealing. It's no longer a boring chore. Instead, it's a vehicle that will get you to a destination you actually want to travel to. Cheesy analogies aside, the deep detail of tax optimization, index funds, debt consolidation, and other financial terms that previously sent you running to the hills can all begin to look rather interesting, because every minute you financially educate yourself is a minute earned for a better future life. Better investments equals more time to travel. Clearing debt equals less time working, more time with family. And minimizing tax equals more cash to spend on meaningful projects. The bottom line is that healthy personal finances are a cornerstone of a kick-ass life. So if yours are in a pickle, it's time to sort them out. Focus point number 2, rejecting societal norms around working. You don't have to hate it. One of the saddest career stats I've ever seen is that 85% of people are unhappy in their jobs. Somehow we've managed to take something that almost every person on the planet has to engage in for an average of 90,000 hours, no less, and make it an awful experience. The worst thing about it is that it doesn't have to be like that for great swaths of our world, particularly in the West. Many of us, my past self included, have trapped ourselves in crappy working situations because we keep getting told there's no other way. On the flip side are companies that exploit our desperate need to work with bad pay, long hours, poor working conditions, and no potential for growth. The whole thing sucks. The day I realized there is another way was the day my working life started to slot into place. Again, I asked myself a simple question. What would my working life look like if it was solely up to me? In my case, the answer was to become the best of the best in the UK wine trade and to work for myself. A vague, probably unachievable goal, I know, but it was a start. From there, I formulated more of an achievable plan, something that was realistic, but still hit my triple goal of entering the wine trade, being good at what I do, and working for myself. I landed on owning a wine shop and bar that eventually was awarded UK Independent Wine Retailer of the Year. So dream with me here. What would your dream career look like? If it's something that's been shelved for many years, gathering cobwebs in the back of your mind, why is that? Is there a way to make it happen for you? Side number 3 of the triangle can help with that final question. Focus point number 3, living a simple, meaningful life. This is the magic point, the one that pulls everything together. The way we're taught to live our lives doesn't work anymore. We're all busy, stressed, tired. Life is rinsing us for all we're worth. I bang on about simple living a lot because it's a very practical antidote to the stresses and strains of modern life. Master simple living, and the other 2 sides of the triangle slot together. Think about it. You're in a financial state, debt up to your eyeballs, multiple cars on the driveway costing you hundreds or sometimes thousands of dollars every month, a house that's too big for your needs, struggling to make the rent or mortgage payments. If you simplified it all, how many of these stresses could be eliminated? If you stop spending in areas you don't care about, you could start to repay debt. If you looked to downgrade your car lease, perhaps making do with just one car or buying secondhand, you could minimize your transport costs. And if you downsized your house to something that better suits your needs, you could reduce rent or mortgage payments. These are just examples. Your situation could look very different, but I guarantee there will be some area of your life that you could look to simplify and minimize. As Tim Denning recently wrote, quote, "You can be twice as rich by deciding you need half as much," end quote. He's right. Then say you've applied simple living techniques and you're bossing your finances. What could that mean for your career? I see you unhappy at work, dreaming of a new life with a job that gives you meaning and, dare I say it, a little bit of joy. There are so many ways simple living can do this. With lower living costs, you could go part-time at work, leaving more room for a side hustle that could eventually become your main source of income. You could save what you would ordinarily spend on whatever you used to mindlessly spend cash on, saving enough to start your own business. You could take a position in a company that you actually want to work for, even if it pays less. Or you could land a part-time gig, giving you more time for friends, family, or yourself, because not everything is about making as much money as possible. If life is a triangle, it's not equal-sided. Simple living is the long line at the bottom, the foundation of it all. There's a reason why careers in entrepreneurship, finances, and simple living are the top 3 categories I write about on this platform. It's because they're the foundation of a good life, one that's in your control. You may have to get creative. You may have to piss some people off with your different ways of thinking and living, because as Theodore Roosevelt said, nothing worth having comes easy. But the result, a life that works for you, one that is lived on your terms, the result is totally worth the effort. Let's get to work. You just listened to the post titled, "Life is a Triangle, Master its 3 Points to Live a Kick-Ass Existence" by Charlie Brown of simpleandstraightforward.substack.com.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Listening to this podcast? Smart move. Being financially savvy? Smart move. Another smart move? Having State Farm help you create a competitive price when you choose to bundle home and auto. Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Introducing your new Dell PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Because it's built with all-day battery, plus powerful AI features that help you do it all with ease. From editing images, to drafting emails, to summarizing large documents, to multitasking. So you can organize your holiday shopping, and make custom holiday decor, and search for great holiday deals, and respond to holiday requests, and customer questions, and customers requesting custom things, and plan the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC that helps you do it all faster, so you can get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/holiday. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Thank you to Charlie. Like I mentioned in many episodes on this show, the first step is usually awareness. Awareness of an issue we could resolve, awareness of what we're actually doing, since so much of it is unconscious behavior, and so on. And that's definitely the case with finances. I'm still thankful that a grad school professor gave us the homework assignment of tracking every penny we spent for a week back in 2010, because I never stopped doing it. I found that practice that valuable. And I find that even if you do just that one thing, not much else is required. Of course, you can analyze your spending, see what percent of income is going to what. You could also see if your net is positive or negative. That is, are you spending more than you earn? But generally, what seems to happen is that your spending naturally goes down because you start to catch certain things when you track it, like a subscription to something that you never actually use, or you realize you eat out a lot more than you thought. Something happens and your spending begins to shift, all by simply tracking it. And this applies to other areas of life too, but her first focus point was money, something I've been tracking for over a decade and never stopped, so I do recommend it. And if you want to use the same app that I use to track my income and expenses, just go to oldpodcast.com/track for a free trial. Love to see you start that trial and give it a shot. With that, have a great day or night, and I'll be back tomorrow as usual, where your optimal life awaits.